Cancer, hi, welcome. It's Erin Scott here with the Alchemy of Holism. And we're recording a little potion tonight. It is the new moon. It's Friday, December 7th, 2018. We're tapping into your new moon cycle between today's Sagittarius 15-degree new moon and next month's Capricorn new moon, okay? So it's a little Palo Santo. Getting some nice smells in here. We have the glowing candle in the background. Okay, so this is something relatively new. I've done something similar for clients for years, but this is kind of a new version of what I'm going to do for you today. And I'm calling it a potion. And what it is typically for the client, what I'll have is just a variety of different divinatory portals, access points, decks, etc. And I will select, depending on the client, I'll just, tune in and select the appropriate thing for the client. And it's a variety. Usually it's about 5 different information threads that I bring through. For the monthlies, so it was very sporadic the other night. I'm like, I'm going to do these for the channel because I was going to do art channelings again this month. But those will come. Those are going to be, I think, for the 2019. Like for the readings for 2019, I'll probably do art channelings. Anyway, we're going with the flow. It feels very good. I'm needing to go with the flow. Whatever is feeling authentic is what's coming. And I can't do anything other than that right now. So, nor do I think I will be doing anything other than that. So, so Cancer, with that being said, there's a bit of a normalcy, a consistency to these particular December readings. We're going to start with the archetypes, okay? So this is the Carolyn Mace archetype card deck, an old staple for me. It's what I've been using since the beginning. And I've been using it because it's a good tool to be able to ascertain the growth edges. And that's what we're going to start with for you. And then I have a variety of other things I'm going to pull as well. So for Cancer, for the 2018 December cycle, this is for the Sagittarius new moon cycle. Okay. And I'm not sure how many we're going to pull for you. We're going to see what wants to come. Okay. Beautiful. I'm going to pull another one. Cancer. Amazing. Oh my God. I'll explain in a minute. I'm going to pull another one for you. Amazing. Beautiful. You are getting one. Did this come up for Gemini? I think this came up for Gemini. This has come up, actually, this card has come up for a couple of the signs. I think Gemini was one of them. Okay, beauties. So there's three main growth edges. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I want to show you all of them together, and then we're going to talk about each one. These are the 3, okay? Advocate, child wounded, and liberator. The 3 main areas of growth for the Cancer archetype, sun and ascendant, by the way. These are focused on sun and ascendant, okay, not moon. So child wounded, or excuse me, actually advocate was the first one out. Let's talk about advocate. So the quality set of advocate as it lives within you, that's the aspect that's asking to be grown and matured this month out of a space of embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. So it's about sitting in negativity, embracing negative causes, clinging to that narrative. And it's moving you up into a space, a higher frequency iteration to inspire you. you're asked to step into the space of inspiration to put compassion into action. So the Advocate is calling to be matured through the Cancer archetype over the course of this month. The second card, and the reason why I had a reaction to this is because the child cards, especially child wounded, but child orphan, and there's a few other child cards as well. There's only, I think, 3 total, maybe 4 in the deck. And the child cards keep coming forward for personal readings and for the generalized readings. Indeed, Cancer is also getting child wounded Cancer. So child wounded for you this month is asking to be matured and evolved out of blaming all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. It's about moving out of the space of blaming all dysfunction in your relationships on childhood stuff. And it's sitting in a space of resisting moving through onto forgiveness. So it's sitting in a state of, I can't forgive, I'm wounded, there's nothing that can happen. And it's all their fault, by the way. Okay. What wants to be matured, grown up this month is awakening within you compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. Okay. And there's no accident, by the way, that this keeps coming up. Why? Because there's a lot of people out there that are wounded. We all have a wounded story. We all have a thick recipe of wound. Every single person has their own stuff, right? And there's a lot of people that need healing. So there's no accident why the growth for huge swaths of demographics over the course of this time frame as we complete 2018 before we step into the intensities of 2019 and 2020 is about stepping up to heal yourself so that you can help heal others that are sitting there wounded. Okay. Opening the learning path of forgiveness. So for you, developing true, authentic, tap-rooted, deep, real forgiveness for your own freedom is what's called forward now. Liberator is the third growth edge, Cancer. Liberator. And this, again, just came up. It's come up twice, I think, for the public readings. Again, these are huge demographics of people, massive quantities of people that are all called to step up their liberator archetype. So liberator in the dissonant place that it's currently living that's not working because it's not aligned is imposing in one way, shape, or form, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, okay? And it's ignoring legitimate constraints, okay? Here, the evolved iteration of liberator is freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. 99.99% of the population spins in negative thought patterns. The evolved human will not. It is our journey over the next few years to really step up the game with how we master the mind. Really. Okay. So Cancer, great month. Okay. Now, let's pull the themes for your month. All right. I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot, which is kind of my, I got it a year ago and I used it a bit. I loved the deck, used it a bit, kind of put it away for a long while. And then recently really have been using it quite a bit because I love it so much. It's a light deck, but how do I say this? It's both light and profound. That's what this deck is, because it has a whimsy to it and a lightness and a humor, but it has the relevance to it. It's very profound. And there's some brilliant illustrations in here that might seemingly just look, yeah, they're cute illustrations. They're kind of, but no, there's some real pertinent ways by which the artist, who I need to pull up her name, I've forgotten her name. We can Google it and you can find out, but she's fantastic. But the author too, the author and the artist. Really great, really great. But they get it. These are like wise women here, you know. So Cancer, let's pull up a few themes for you for this month ahead. Okay, so there's one. I haven't turned it over yet. I'm going to wait to turn them over. And then for the second theme, main predominant theme for Cancer archetype. And third. Okay, so again, there's a similar theme coming up for some folks here. This is the deal. You're getting the Two of Swords, you're getting the Five of Cups, and you're getting the World. So let me show you the cards and then we'll talk about them. So the Two of Swords is about a decision that needs to be made, but confusion perhaps about which direction to take. She's blindfolded, and you can see in this card, she's like in a pub at a target board, you know, throwing the knives at the target. So there's a decision to make, and you can see a cat and a raven there too. A decision to make, but not clear about which decision is optimal. There could be confusion happening here. And as I said in one of the other signs that also got this, you know, confusion, number one, the times right now, the field, the consciousness field right now is active. And as humans adjust to rise up to their higher iteration in order to fit the higher frequencies of the planet right now, it can be quite a bumpy ride. And it can feel quite confusing. And we can feel like we're moving out of one reality into a new reality, but there's no new land yet. We haven't hit the new continent yet. And thus there's confusion. So the actual chapter that we're traversing right now is confusing. For most of my clients, they're in an in-between state. They have not landed in the new state yet. In fact, that won't happen for us naturally. I think in 2019, it's going to emerge. We're going to have clarity. There's going to be new manifestations that are going to be clear, but it's not yet. So part of the confusion is it's part of the cycle. Another way by which confusion shows up, though, Cancer, is it helps us stay not in action. Because if unconsciously we create confusion when really we don't need to be confused, but unconsciously or subconsciously we are creating the dilemma without tuning in just to feel what feels correct, there's a reason for that. And it's because it keeps us small and inactive. So that's for you to navigate this month. If you're feeling some confusion, try to understand, try to go deeper and understand what the confusion's about. Now, the second card that came up was Five of Cups. Now, I love this Five of Cups. All of the harsher tarot cards or meanings, the archetypes, the major arcana and the minor, they're softer. And they're more natural. I feel that they're just more realistic too. They're not so dramatic. Here you can see she's at an edge of the coast at the seashore. You can see she is completely focused on the spilled wine, the cups that are spilled over, wine going into the ocean, completely back turned to the table with the beautiful picnic there, the wine and the two cups that are upright. This is all about where are you orienting your mind and your thoughts, your emotional energy. Where are you putting your energy, Cancer? You know, this is about really reorienting how you think, how you perceive, and where you're focusing your mind. There could be some emotional sadness coming up this month, some loss that might have been experienced recently, and you're feeling it, okay? The World here, and I just want to make sure, okay, the World is the completion card. And of course, she's here at the coast. Again, this is at the beach, which actually, can I just tell you, I think this is quite beautiful because both of these cards are at the coast, at the beach. This is not the case for all of these cards in this deck. It happens that you got both of these cards. Here is sadness and focus on what is lost versus what is just behind or what is right around the corner. The benefit, you're looking at the loss versus the benefit, or the loss versus what is, what still remains, what is functionally still there for you. Here, this is about completion, the World card. So there's some sort of a graduation point, a completion point this month of December. Maybe it has to do with confusion and sadness. Maybe the completion is confusion and sadness. For some of you, that's going to be the case. There could be a natural turn of the wheel. Keep in mind, the North Node has entered into Cancer just in November, just earlier in November. So that's a big deal, because for the next 18 months, essentially, you're going to have the North Node pushing, driving, calling you to mature your intuitive body, your intuitive knowing, your intuitive wisdom, your emotional guidance system, your emotional knowing, your emotional IQ, emotional intelligence, your ability to discern and still have compassion and empathy. All of that stuff for the collective is up for maturation, okay? But you are a Cancer ascendant, or you are a Cancer sun that's watching this video. So you're going to really be feeling the push for maturation. Your identity is going to be up leveling. It's going to be called to up level. Okay. So Cancer, let's take a look at this palmistry deck. This is by Cindy Solano. And I want to tap into like a mind body theme for that. That would be an optimal focus for you this month. I'm going to adjust myself here. For Cancer for December. Apollo. Explore your creativity. You know, it's interesting with that 5 of Cups card. There's creativity in the Cups suit. And I wonder if you're sad about what you perceive as creative opportunities that have been lost. I don't know. I wonder. Here, Apollo. Now, in this card, explore your creativity. That's the theme, and I'm going to read from the book here. But if you look closely at the palm, you can see the outline of the ring finger and of the underneath in the palm, underneath the ring finger at the top of the palm. Those are the areas of the hand that you can apply your own acupressure to, massage, caress it, attend to it on both palms, right and left. Because when you do, it's going to stimulate this area of guided focus for you. So let's take a look at the meaning for Apollo. Okay. So Cancer, the reflection for you this month, the optimal focus for you is human beings are naturally creative. It is our nature to create and mold our environment to be a reflection of who we are. Unfortunately, many of us do not think of ourselves as creative because we have lost touch with ourselves. Take time out of your day to explore your creative possibilities and get in touch with your true self. Look at the past and dream of your future. Did you paint or draw as a child? Do you dream of writing poetry or dancing? Connect with who you truly can be and take time to create again. Beautiful, Cancer, really beautiful. And again, what I'd like to do is just refer you back here, because you could be focusing, for a good portion of you, Cancers out there, you could be focusing on things that you've lost, relationships that you've lost, job opportunities or situations, people, circumstances that have passed, that have gone, that you've lost. But the thing is, it's almost like you're ignoring your own cups, your own grail, your own creative juice. Okay? Could be that. That's the immediate thing I got when I got the Apollo card. So I want you to refocus this month, especially talking about the confusion in the mind with that Two of Swords. Cancer, what I'm going to do is go ahead and start shuffling my Siri deck. People have asked me if this is for sale. It's not for sale. This is my personal deck that I made for myself. I didn't make to sell. So I don't have copyright privileges on these images, so I can't sell the deck. But there's been decks in here that might push out in 2019. We'll see. It might be that 2019 is actually a year of birth for me with some things, so it could be that that happens. For those of you that are interested in getting their own potion, I don't know if I said this at the beginning, but they're only $44. I've been doing these for clients, and they're a blast to do. And they're personalized videos, especially for you, with a selection of various themes, messages, growth edges, maturation points, trajectories that are coming forward specifically for you for this particular time or for your 2019. So for those interested, they're inexpensive and they're very personalized, and they provide a lot of information, and they're at least 30 minutes long. Usually they're about 45 or so. Okay. And the links are below all the video. So give me a minute here. I want to tune in. Project. Okay, so this literally just popped right out of the deck, like it lifted itself out of the deck. So I'm definitely going to show that to you, because this could absolutely be creative projects, everybody. Absolutely could be writing projects, artistic projects, creative projects. Okay, I really want a lot of you to think about that Five of Cups. And I want you to think about what creative opportunities you feel have passed you by. I'm getting a lot of chills with that too. So for some of you, this is really going to resonate. What do you believe? Because some of you might be in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. And you might be listening to this thinking, oh, that time passed. I can't do that. Well, maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's not really the case at all. Maybe that's just a belief system. So listen, this is for you to tap. This is for you to tap. Okay. Cancer. So Cancer, what I'm tapping into here, I'm still shuffling, is what themes or events might be unfolding for you this month. Situations, circumstances. The Family card is showing up. Woman, travel, process. Yes, confusion. Confusion's the middle of the spread. There is going to be some confusion about a trip. You might have resistance. Some of you are going to have resistance about seeing family. Keep in mind, it's Christmas this month. It's the holidays this month of December. For a lot of people who are celebrating it, you're going to be seeing family, perhaps, or friends. Some of you will be spending alone, which is delicious, right? But a lot of people usually go and see family. You're going to have some confusion about a potential trip, though, to see family, especially maybe with regards to a woman. Oh, a woman might be coming up in your life that's going to be a support. Who knows? It could be me. But there could be a woman or women that are supportive mechanisms for you over the course of your now, maybe even your 2019. Family, magic, gift, discovery, trading, time alone. Skills are being considered. Something's not right with grace or peace, the inner peace. Something's not right with inner peace. So you're going within to tap into your skill set. That's the underbelly of the reading here. You're wanting a path of balance, relaxation, freedom. You're wanting to manifest a project. There's sadness coming up with regards to courage. Some of you are dealing with sadness with regards to your, you might feel that you're not willful enough or that you're just not brave enough, and you're having some sadness coming up. You're contemplating toxicity or toxic thought threads or ideas or belief systems about the beauty or the reality of anything is possible. Some of you, I have to tell you, Cancer, this came up for another sign. Listen, there's a lot of focus in Sagittarius now. This particular new moon has a square. The sun moon conjunct that we had at 15 degrees Sag was essentially exactly square Mars Neptune exact conjunction at 13 Pisces. That had a quincunx exactly to Pallas Athena Lilith over in Libra at 13 degrees exactly. So 13, 13, 13, 13, 15, 15. Okay. The dynamics of that looks like different things, but there's a lot of belief system narrative coming up, internalized conflict about spiritual belief system. People are recalibrating their ideas about what's reality and what's possible. And I might be really skeptical about what I've been being told. Okay. So a lot of people are recalibrating their ideas about things, and it's not so comfortable, meaning it is bringing up confusion. So along with everything else I brought up before about the frequency raising, and we're coming up to meet it. So until we're actually resonating at that frequency, we're not there. We haven't landed yet. We're not aligned yet. We're not there yet. And our new manifest reality is still forming as consciousness moves through this chaos process right now. But the point is that confusion is also coming up with that, and with unconscious drivers to keep ourselves disempowered, but also because of belief system narratives that are up, that are being activated right now, especially with that Mars conjunct Neptune. It is creating inner conflict and inner confusion. Okay. So guess what? You're going to have confusion. That was the center card. There is going to be confusion coming up, but guess what? There's going to be either a woman or women or the feminine, maybe your feminine quality sets, that are going to help you with your emotional processing. So this came up in the spiritual sector. So there could be a spiritual woman or women that are coming up for you in the month of December that's going to help you with your emotional processes, that will help bring emergence or help bring support to arise within you emotionally. Okay. So this woman or women will help you with your emotional processes, with what wants to emerge with regards to the support that you might now be feeling that you need. Okay. So that's happening. You are going to have, let me just take a look at this for a minute. You're going to have some positive thoughts happening, like some in your mind, there's going to be an orientation toward optimism. You might be focused on positivity, or you're really wanting to focus your mind on positivity this month. But a lot of you are going to be having resistance to some sort of travel that might emerge this month. And again, it could be holiday travel, Cancer. You're gonna be feeling a bit of resistance to travel, and that's going to create some confusion, by the way. But at the underbelly of the deck, the first card out was the family card. That's me and my grandpa. Okay, so the family card, which means that underneath the month for a lot of you issues or the concept of family, the topic, the theme of family is going to be coming up for you. And that's creating some confusion. You're confused maybe about certain things that a woman in the family could be doing. And thus you're resistant to take a trip to see them, you know? Okay, let's take a look, Cancer, about what your guidance is for the month. And we're going to be tapping into the native spirit here, okay? So this is for Cancer for the December cycle. Freedom horse. Wow. Freedom horse. Let me read it. Beautiful. Cancer. That's beautiful. Now, this is your optimal focus for this month. This is something that needs attention for you in December. Okay. It's your guidance, but it needs, it is your guidance, but it's going to need attention. Let your spirit fly. Do not hold back. Break free and express yourself. Flaunt your stuff. Dance, laugh, explore, go beyond predictable behavior. Get out of the rut. You don't need to fit the mold. Be daring. Okay, that's part of the sadness or fear about courage stuff, okay? So be daring. Just do it. Be daring. Fling your arms into the heavens with joy. The horse allowed the natives of the Americas and Mongolia to travel great distances with ease. The horse also carried their supplies, which additionally granted freedom to those ancient peoples. This card chose you to remind you that you aren't here to be ordinary, but to step beyond limitations and self-imposed boundaries in the mind, your belief system. Don't allow yourself to be trapped by conventions or the expectations of others. You have the ability to choose your life on your terms, Replace the phrase I should with I could. But I choose not to at this time. So I'm going to repeat that. Replace the phrase I should with I could, but I choose not to at this time. Okay? Perhaps you aren't always free to create the exact circumstances of your life, but you're certainly able to decide what meaning to give those situations. That's where it's all about the mind. Suffering is all in here. It's not what's happening. It's what we believe about what's happening that's the suffering. Okay? Every time, by the way. Every time. Select meanings that empower you, for this is the time to break free, Cancer. That's the guidance for you. So to really tap into this freedom horse energy, the archetype, the message, the impetus, the growth, beautiful. Cancer, lots of services on offer. There's some discounts for December as well, and gift certificates. Very affordable. The archetypal profile, a gift certificate for the archetypal profile, $33. A gift certificate for a videotaped personalized potion, $44. Very affordable, digitally delivered, and available this month for the holidays. So for those interested, you can tap in. For those interested in a deeper dive that want to really tap into the 2019 cycle or the 2019 through 2021 chapter, which is profound, it's going to be intense, it's multi-layered. That is a much more of a deep dive for me. So for those interested, you can learn about that at my website, and all those links are below. So I wish you a smooth month of navigation, a self-clarifying month, a courageous month, and I wish you happy holidays, Cancer. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.